Good afternoon, Nora Dunn, the professional hobo. Greetings from Chiang Mai in Thailand. I'm in Chiang Mai 10 years after I was last here, which is one of the first places that I came when I was started to travel full time. So there's a lot of poetry to my being here. But we're not going to get into that today. Today we're going to talk about this awesome little pad that I'm currently standing in. And this is my apartment for the next month. And I want to talk to you a little bit about what it is to find a place to stay in Chiang Mai, and then I want to take you on a tour of this cool little place. So Chiang Mai is the digital nomad center of the universe, and it's part of the reason why I wanted to come back here, because 10 years ago digital nomads weren't even a thing, and now it's an industry. So I wanted to see how the place has changed. There's a lot of people with digitally nomadic, location-independent careers who come to Chiang Mai, and they come to stay for a month, 2 months, sometimes a little bit longer. As such, this place is rife with places, with apartments and condos for people like us to rent. So I'm currently in the Nimon neighborhood. Now, Nimon is being touted as kind of the next Soho. It's kind of this hipster neighborhood. The university students in Chiang Mai like to hang out. There's lots of cool cafes, and there's working spaces, and there's hip restaurants and bars, and all these sort of things. It's a little bit of a bubble in Chiang Mai, and to be perfectly honest, at this stage of the game, the jury's still out for me as to whether or not I think it's cool. But what I needed when I came to Thailand were some creature comforts, and creature comforts are certainly what I found while I'm here. Finding an apartment in Chiang Mai is something that you need to do after you arrive. Now, I had to lean into a little bit of discomfort not booking something before I arrived here. I'm used to having free accommodation around the world, so I'm used to my accommodation being sorted out before I even set foot in the country that I'm going to. So this has been a bit of a departure for me of my normal way of traveling. So I got on Airbnb before I came here, and I started looking at places, and they were ridiculously expensive. I mean, to rent a place for a month was easily $1,000. The places that I could find that were in my budget were horrible, and I thought, oh no, I'd always thought that Chiang Mai was a place that I could afford to live, and suddenly it seemed like I couldn't. The good news is the places that you see online are not all that's available. The trick is arrive in Chiang Mai, book your first 3 nights, and walk around and find a place. And that's exactly what I did. And there's condos everywhere. So I walked into a variety of these apartment buildings. They all have reception areas. And I said, do you have any places available for a month? There were many places were fully booked. Other places were not. So this condo is just north of a lifestyle mall called Maya Mall, and it was immediately on seeing this place, it was kind of like a universal, yes, this is the place to be. Let me take you on a tour of this cool little pad. First of all, you'll see behind me, it is a full condo. We have a full kitchen with a refrigerator, a little bit of a dining area. This is the living area. Obviously, bathroom, it's a full service bathroom, and a full bedroom. I really like the idea of having a separate living space and a separate bedroom space. I didn't want to live in a glorified hotel room where the only place to sit down and relax was the bed. So it was really important to me to have the different places to sit. And you'll also notice there was a TV in the living room. There's also a TV here. I'm not a huge TV watcher, but it is nice to plug in an HDMI cord and watch a movie from time to time. There's also a little kind of desk working space that pulls out of the wall. That's kind of cool. And it just plugs in like this. Now the reason this comes in and out, wait for it, come. When we came to see this apartment, we did not realize entirely how cool it was. It wasn't until we actually moved in a couple of days later that we understood that this apartment has a whole different form of functionality. And this form of functionality comes in a completely transformable space. Now we've got a totally open studio space, and when we want to pull it out, when we want to maybe run the air conditioner just in the bedroom or just in the living room and save some power, no problemo. So this condo is approximately $400 a month. We also have to pay for water, which is minimal. It's maybe $10 at most. And we have to pay for electricity. Now, electricity is something that you do need to be mindful of, specifically running air conditioners. So it hasn't been too bad. We've been monitoring our electricity usage. It seems that if you run it for a couple of hours in the evening or at night, it's not going to cost a huge amount. Electricity bills tend to be, from what I've heard, $30 to $60 a month. So for a pretty sweet little condo that is within walking distance of absolutely everything we should need, it's a great way to enjoy all the creature comforts of home, which for me, after having some seriously up and down experiences in India, I really needed to enjoy some creature comforts. I'm really happy to be settled here for the next month. Not sure where the future months are going to take me, but for this month, greetings from Chiang Mai, Thailand.